There's a legacy with our bicycle company, and it really dates back to 1937. It started with my father, George Joannou. He was born in 1910 on the island of Cyprus. He kept hearing about opportunities outside of his country. First, he immigrated to the UK. After about 8 months, my father had enough money to make the transatlantic trip from the UK into the United States. One of the first things that he noticed were all the bicycles. The bicycles in the United States were not at all like the bicycles that he had experienced in the UK. They were heavy, they were 60 pounds, 70 pounds, they were single speed, they were coaster brake. He initially thought, maybe I could start a business. Maybe I could start importing lightweight bicycles from the UK into the United States. So he started his little import business. He imported bicycles from the UK. When the UK really wasn't as fashionable anymore, he started going into France. When that was not as good anymore, he went to Japan. After Japan, he went to Taiwan. And it was just about the time that he was in Taiwan when he started becoming sick. I went to his room one day at the hospital, and he took my hand and he said, "Karen, please don't let the bicycle company die." So I looked at him and I said, "Dad, don't worry, I won't." My interest was always in his business. Many, many times I went on business trips with him, and I would be like the little girl that was tagging along and barely could see over the desk in front of me to whoever he was speaking with. So we really had a very nice relationship from a very young age. And I knew that I was the only person that would really be able to take it over, or so I thought, at the age of 20. I thought to myself, you know, my father had built this bicycle business from scratch, from nothing. I made a promise that I would always continue the bike company, grow it, and continue that legacy that he had started, and continue with some of the values and the beliefs that he had instilled in myself and my family.
We've been at this a long time. You don't stay in business that long unless you're doing most of the things right most of the time. In many regards, we're just like our retailers. Family-owned company. Many of us have worked at the company for decades. You don't stay at a company unless you love working there.
Everybody works really hard and together with common goal, and that goal is to come out with the best products possible, get as many eyeballs as possible onto it when we launch that product, and ultimately getting riders coming into our dealers' shops asking for that product.
Cool thing about the product team here at JMS, we can be focused on exactly the bikes that we want to ride. We don't have to answer to a big, huge board or other investors. We're a small enough team, and if we think that it's a cool concept and we'd have fun with this particular bike, we can start developing and take it from there. Basically have the freedom to make any toys we want.
We're able to ride and go off our personal experiences, and we can follow our passion and follow what we really want to do. A great example of that is when JMS made the decision to go with the 650V wheel size. Everyone else in the industry thought we were crazy. Well, fast forward a few years, all the industry is selling 650V wheel sizes. You know, we were one of the first people on that wave to do that.
There's really not a whole lot of bikes that a customer would come in looking for that we can't supply. So I think that's one of our great strengths.
Mountain, road, kids, cruisers, lifestyle, leisure, fitness, transit. JMS has got it all. And we've had it all since the 80s.
Our website generates a tremendous amount of traffic every day, and it's not just people visiting mountain bikes or road bikes. It's a pretty even split between mountain, road, city bikes, kids bikes. When we look at the analytics, it really feels good to know that we're not just a one-trick pony.
You know, history is something that you can't buy, legacy is something that you can't buy, and reputation is something that you actually earn. Testament to perhaps the values that we learned many years ago, perhaps testament to the kind of company that we run. I cannot tell you how many companies that we've seen come and go. But the end result is we're still here, we're still growing, and not only do we have a very good presence here in the United States, but we're fortunate enough to be able to sell in 52 different markets around the world. We know how to stay in business, continue to create a great product in an environment that's constantly changing, and that's something that we're very proud of that we've been able to do since 1937.